record. There's too much to think about. To think about recording, and Harvey's not here yet to he's still out picking up catalogues. He's not here to shout record through the other room, which is what we normally do. So thank you. You now are going to be recorded thanks to Danielle. So yeah, Clean Easy for me was something that I could do from home. I made my first paycheck, if you like, from Clean Easy was just under £300, and it was exactly what I was looking for. It was exactly what I needed, and it enabled me to be a stay-at-home mum, which was really, really important to me. Fast forward a few years, within 7 months, that income was just over £1,000 a month. We became what Clean Easy called gold distributors, and in doing that, it qualified us for a free 5-star holiday to Cannes, and that was absolutely brilliant, great fun. There was about 150 Clean Easy distributors in Cannes, and we were treated like royalty, kings and queens, taken all over the place. We were there just after the film festival, so all the red carpets were still out. The hotel that Clean Easy put us up in had Pamela Anderson and Johnny Depp staying in there, Leonardo DiCaprio, just 2 days before we arrived. I looked in my wardrobe, but Johnny Depp wasn't in there anymore, and I checked under my bed. Unfortunately, he checked out, but that's where, you know, that's the type of hotel that they were putting us up in, which was incredible. Within 2 years, our income was over £2,500 a month. It's topped over £4,000 a month, so £1,000 a week. We've been on 7 all expenses paid free holidays with Clean Easy. We've had over £50,000 worth of free 5-star holidays, and we're just about to qualify very soon. Everything's crossed. We're going to have a really tough decision to make soon, and Clean Easy is going to make us decide whether we would like a brand new Mini Coupe or £10,000. What would you decide? When that is your time to make that decision, and it will be, what are you going to decide? What do you guys think we should do? What do you think, the car or the cash? My goodness, what a decision though, a car or the cash. So that's coming up really, really, really soon. I know everyone's really pushing with us this period because we can actually qualify this period. So I know you guys are pulling out all the stops, flooding all your orders in to make that happen for us, and we're thrilled, absolutely thrilled. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you what we're choosing. You're going to have to wait and see. But again, a massive thank you from us for all that you're doing. What excites me the most is that you guys can do this too. Harvey and I don't have any special magical powers or anything like that. We're just working hard at it and teaching you everything that we know along the way. So yeah, just get stuck in and get it for yourself as well. So a warm welcome to our new team members that have joined. This is just in the last week. Oh my goodness. So if any of you guys are on tonight, then say hi in the chat box. But a warm welcome to all of you to the Shooting Stars team. You're in a brilliant team. We have a lot of fun, don't we? And these are our sponsor monsters. So well done to Jude, to Mariella, and to Vicky. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Our sponsor monsters. Well done, guys. Actually, just out of interest, all 3 of you ladies are on tonight. Will you just pop in the chat box for me where your new team members have joined from? What activity was it that you did that sponsored those lovely new team members? Just pop that in the chat box for me if you can, because it's great for people to see. So Jude's was from the ad pool. Okay, that's paid for advertising that we run as a wider team. So you can invest some of your profit into the team ad pool, and that generates inquiries for you, people that have shown an interest in working from home. Yeah, from Helen's ad pool, they've shown an interest from working from home, or you know, delivering or collecting catalogues, or it might have been for a social media advert. So there's lots of people that inquire, and we send them information and we have a chat with them, and some of them get started. So that's the ad pool, and it's generally you pay £1 per lead. And we recommend that you start with around 50 over the month and then build it up. Most of us have a couple of hundred a month coming in. But I'd recommend, you know, dipping your toe in the water, invest 50 in for the month. That's only 12 a week, and build it up that way. So well done, Jude. That works. Vicky, copying your Facebook ad. Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. So the Facebook adverts are working. And Mariella's came through her own Facebook selling group. Great work, Mariella. I know you sponsor the majority of your team through your Facebook group, don't you? And that's warm market, guys. Those people in your Facebook group that you're chatting to, that becomes your warm market. So I think we'll have to get Mariella on here soon, doing a little training on how she advertises on her selling group. What do you think? Do you think we all need to say, yeah, Mariella, we want you to do a little training? Show us what you do. Yes, yes, yes. We'll have a little chat on about that. I'm sure we can get Mariella on here to share her success secrets. Because sometimes what you think you're doing, you don't think is anything special, but a lot of people, you know, aren't doing those things. Like when Monica was sharing her Facebook, keeping your Facebook positive last week, there was so much great feedback from that, because as simple as it is, a lot of people weren't doing it, or a lot of people weren't aware of it. So Mariella's keeping really quiet and not committing to anything. Excellent. Okay, so let's have a look at some of those retail figures. So these are the retail orders as they stand today. I updated it to include any orders so this is everything that was showing on the order system from this morning. So any orders you placed today won't show. So you don't need to message me and say, I've put a £300 order on today. That won't show. This is from anything that went up to yesterday. So look at that, Sue Dickerson, way out in front with £1,773. Absolutely fantastic. So myself and Harvey there, 478. That's for week one. Harvey's just out picking up our catalogue base now. Michelle, cracking orders there, darling. £400. Absolutely brilliant. Dimpner and Andy kicking off there. I know Dimpner's just on her way home. She'll be logging on shortly. Fantastic orders there, 386. Mariella, 325. Absolutely brilliant. And all of you there, that's our top 20. Now, those that are in red for a reason, and that is because they have all qualified already to play bingo. Who's going to be playing bingo with us in a couple of weeks? Or as my sister likes to call it, bingy. Apparently that's a word, bingy. We're going to play bingo. It's only if you play it regularly you're allowed to call it bingy. So who wants to play? Who's going to play bingo with us in a couple of weeks? We've got some great prizes up for grabs. We've got gift cards. We've got a grocery card of your choice, so you can go and buy all your booze for Christmas, or a nice Christmas cake and Christmas pudding, or whatever you want to get. We've got some personal development books there. We've got some clean, easy catalogues coming out. So what you've got to do, if you want to play all 4 lines, you've got to hit £1,000 worth of orders by the end of the period. At this time of year, with all those last minute orders coming through, you can definitely do that. So we're going to play one game for 1 line. So if you've got £300 in orders or more, you get to play the first game. But if you want to stay on and play for 2 lines, you've got to get £500 worth of orders. Otherwise, after game 1, you are out. So you'd have the opportunity to win 1 prize. If you want to play 2 lines and have the opportunity to win 2 of our prizes, £500 worth of orders has got to be on the system by the end of the period. If you want to stay on and have a go at winning 3 prizes, it's £800 worth of orders. And why not? Why not just push that over the edge and play all 4 games? £1,000 worth of orders. So how many lines are you guys going for? 1, 2, 3, or 4? How many is it? Put it in the chat box. Hey, Jude's going for 4. Excellent. 4 prizes up for grabs. Brilliant. Jay's going for 4 as well. Ooh. Anyone else going for the full Monty? Be careful what I say there. Monica's going for the full Monty too. Jackie's going for 3. Well, that's a push for you, Jackie. Go for it, darling. The great thing with going for 3 lines is that you also qualify for the cash bonus from Clean Easy, because you'll have done over £780 worth of orders. So anyone that does 3 lines will automatically start earning an extra cash bonus. Now that's going to be really handy for Christmas, isn't it? And what I'm going to show you in a short while is a fantastic video from a training that Helen did at the showcase, and it will show you how you can actually get yourself out of debt with just 50 quid, with just 100 quid. You can absolutely get yourself debt free a hell of a lot quicker than what you could have done. And people are, you know, don't realize they can do that with just a small amount of money. So we're going to teach you how to snowball as well, which is absolutely brilliant. Right, I'm going to come off screen and I'm going to welcome on our fantastic machine that is Michael Conroy. Michael's got a great story. He's going to share a little bit of that with you, and he's got some great tips to share with you as well. So please welcome up Michael Conroy. Okay, you're good to go, Michael.
Okay, can everyone hear us all right?
Yeah.
Right. Right. I was going to do a little bit on the whiteboard, but it's not really going to work. So I'm going to have to just do this. You're going to have to just look at my face while I speak. Basically, why I've asked to do the webinar tonight, or Tracy and Harvey asked if anyone wanted to do it, and I put myself forward. And the reason being is not because I particularly think I'm good at the webinars and talking. I don't think I am. But that's why, because I know I've got a lot of sort of room to improve. A bit like what Monica was covering last week on her training was brilliant. You're only going to get better by doing it. And that goes for the calls, the retail, the speaking. You know, until you get Facebook Lives, all this stuff, until you actually do it, you're not going to get any better. So that's why I try to speak as much as possible. And a big goal of mine now is to speak in Birmingham at the showcase. Now that's a scary goal. I'm not ready for it at the minute. Hence why I'm trying to speak as much as possible. And I'm hoping to do that as early as next year. And, you know, without sounding too cocky, I think I probably will. So yeah, and basically tonight I just wanted to cover a book I've been reading. It's I don't know if you can see the cover. Can everyone see that? Yeah, it's basically called How to Stop Overthinking, Avoid Anxiety and Overwhelm by Quitting Goal Setting. Now, before everybody gets too excited, you know, it's not saying do away with goals altogether. It's important to have goals. We've got long-term goals. I've just told you one. Short-term goals, you know, medium-term goals. But basically, what this is teaching is a new sort of philosophy on how to deal with your progression, and not just in business but in your life. And this is where I was going to use a whiteboard. But basically, what it explains is that most people, like myself, I am an overthinker. I've suffered from anxiety for years. Now, you might be sitting thinking, like, he's speaking on a webinar, he doesn't have anxiety, but there's different types. And mine is overthinking, and sort of the pressure that I put on myself and the goals I set. And if I don't hit that goal, I tend to get stuck in a cycle of just, you know, beating myself up about it. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, so I thought this would help. Basically, the cycle is that most people, you'll make a plan. That's what I tend to do at the start of the period. You make a plan, you set a target, you do some action, you get some progress, and then the event happens. Now, the event could be anything. A bad pickup, something's out of stock, you lose a customer, you know, your neighbours, nana's best friend's cat dies, anything. And basically, what happens is you tend to just go back to plan. You start planning again, and you're stuck in a cycle of just sort of beating yourself up, feeling like you're failing, and going back to square one. So instead of, this is where I really need the whiteboard, but instead of plan, action, progress, and then the event happening, this new philosophy is basically saying, you first of all, you just make a decision. Before you make a plan, you make the decision that you're going to do it. That's what I did when I first started Clean Easy. And once you make, and I'm not, you've all made the decision to do Clean Easy. That's why everybody's on here tonight. But I mean, make the decision that you're going to do whatever it takes to make it work, no matter what happens, no matter what the event is. And then basically, then you need a plan, yeah, but don't over plan. So you've got to take action. You can tidy your office and sort of put everything in nice orders and stuff, and you can plan your week to death. But unless you take action, you're not actually going to get anywhere. So basically, the philosophy in the book teaches: make a decision, make a plan, take action, and then progress. And the thing is with progress is there's no limit, and there's no beating yourself up for not hitting a certain target. You just make sure you're getting better every period, and it doesn't necessarily mean signing a new person up or getting bigger retail every period. That's obviously what we're aiming for. But even if it's just improving yourself, reading 10 pages a day. I mean, I'm struggling to read this book. I'm not a very fast reader. I'm reading 5 pages a day, but I'm getting through it. I'm making progress, So basically, it's a fantastic book. I recommend it to anybody. I'll put a post on about it after this, so you can get a copy if you like. But it's really helping me with my anxiety and overwhelm, which I tend to just keep private and suffer with in silence. But yeah, and basically another thing it touches on, again, the whiteboard would have been handy for this, but hopefully you've all got notepads. It talks about influence, what you're influenced by, and you've got to be careful at the minute because there's a lot of negativity going around, and if you let that in, your influence becomes your perception becomes your belief is your expectations, and then that's what usually happens. Whatever you expect is usually what happens. If you think you're going to fail, whether you think you're going to fail or think you're going to succeed, you're probably right. So be careful who you're getting influenced by. Be careful who you're listening to, what you're reading. Like I said, there's a lot of negativity about right now, and if you let that stuff in, that then becomes your perception, your belief, your expectations, and that's what's going to happen. But if you shut that out and concentrate on the positive, listen to Harvey and Tracy, get on the webinars, then you'll have success. There's a lot of people doing it. Why not you? Yeah, and basically, the last thing, again, I needed the whiteboard for this, but what I wanted to talk about was a bit like what Tracy said, how an extra income can change your life. Wait a minute, there's all kinds coming up on my screen now. Yeah, how an extra income can change your life. Now, I've recently went back to work a couple of months back, and so we're not retailing as much as what we were, but our last couple of checks have been around £800-900 for the month. That's through Clean Easy, £800 through Clean Easy. Now, the beauty of that is, like most people, I'm going to try this on the whiteboard. Most people, the income, let's just say your monthly income is around £2,000. Can everybody see that? Yeah, people are nodding, so it looks backwards to me, but £2,000. Let's just say, for example, this could be more, this could be less. It doesn't really matter. But what's usually the case is your outgoings usually matches your income. Hence why people need an extra income. That's why we're all on here tonight. You know, for whatever reason. Now, what we've got at the minute, I'm not saying we're earning fortunes by a long shot, but if you've got an extra £800-900 a month coming in, on top of your extra income, on top of your normal income, sorry, this is rubbish, this, but you get the picture. So basically, and you can spend this how you want. That's the beauty of it. We are choosing to invest it back in the business and pay off, you know, certain cards and stuff and loans. So what we're trying to do is reduce this. Yeah. So we're in a situation now where we're working full time on my job and part time on our fortune, and this really can turn into a fortune. You know, it's not at the minute, but I don't know if that worked or not. But it's not at the minute. But if you use that money correctly, you can use it however you want. Go on holiday, whatever you want to do. But we're using it to invest back in the business, pay things off. So eventually, I can be working full time on our fortune, because there's no limit to what this can go to. Yeah, there's people in the business prove that profits are better than wages. You know, if I was earning that £2,000, I'd be earning that for the rest of my life, if I'm lucky, till I'm 65, and try to lay bricks when I'm a pensioner. So basically, this, and it doesn't have to be £800-900, as Tracy's going to show you in a minute, through Helen's training, which the first showcase I went to was Helen's training, and I took it on board straight away. It shows you how an extra £200 a month can be life-changing, can change your life if you use it correctly. If you've got, like most people, debt and stuff to pay off, and if you invest that back into the business. So, and £200 a month, a £200 a month check, you know, most of the people on here have made that in a month through Clean Easy. That's, you know, you can make that no problem. You've just got, put it this way, you've just got to retail £1,000, and you've made nearly £300. Now, that might sound like a lot if you're just starting out and you think, £1,000 a month, I can't seem to hit that. That's why you just got to be consistent, build your customer base. You don't have to build a massive team straight away. Build your customer base, service your customers. You can retail £1,000, you can make £200-300, and that can change your life, as Helen's about to show in a minute. And it can lead you to financial freedom. That's the opportunity we've got in front of us here. So, and one more thing, just at the minute, what I've just shown you there, that extra income mainly comes in through a lot of retail that we do, through a customer base. We spend time and money building that customer base. We invested in catalogs. I invested a lot of time building it. But at the minute, you can buy catalogs for £14 for 50. Now, I don't get commission for catalogs. You know, I'm not trying to sell you any catalogs here. But the point I'm trying to make is, you can build your customer base for half the price that we did if you just buy them books and get them out there. There's still time between now and Christmas to make extra money. Just speak the upline, tell them what you want to do, make the extra money for Christmas coming. And like I say, as Helen's going to show you in a minute, an extra £200-300 a month can really be life-changing. So I hope that made sense, and I hope I didn't babble on too much, but that was basically, that's it. Thanks.
Hey, great stuff there, Michael. Some fab tips, everybody. It's always so powerful to see how life-changing this business can be. And as Helen's training will show you in just a moment, it really doesn't take a lot of money to absolutely turn everything around and to give you, you know, that lifestyle money, that money to be able to go and do things over and above having paid the bills, over and above having covered all your costs. you know, to have that extra money to be able to, you know, to do what you want will be absolutely amazing. So well done, Michael, and fantastic tips there from you. Fantastic. So just a couple of little bits here from me before we move on. Who's been putting Christmas cards out to all of their customers? Have you all been doing that? Excellent. This is the time of year to do it. So do take the time to, you know, either handwrite, or in our case, because we have about 1,200 customers, we've actually put a little personalised sticker in our catalogues thanking them for their loyalty and their patience through the last few weeks of stock challenges. And yeah, we've been putting those out to our customers with their catalogues. Jackie, been giving them chocolates. Yeah, that really, really makes a difference. Giving them a little chocolate, you know, a little thank you. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it really does go a long way. Because you can bet your bottom dollar they don't get given a chocolate when they go into Sainsbury's, or when they go into Morrison's or Aldi, or when they pop in and spend some money on Amazon, or in, like we've been doing, all the bits from all the kids' clothing shops of things they want for Christmas. Not one of them has given me a Christmas card or a chocolate. So as little as it might seem, it's really, really, really powerful. So do take the time. This is the time of year to do it. And like Michael said, quite rightly, this is, you know, double up on your customers. You know, hit all your customer base if you can now, and you've got the opportunity to, what we try and do is hit all of our customers now in the first 2 to 3 weeks, and then in that last week of the period, just cherry pick off the customers that always spend with you. You know, the ones that spend every time, spend quite a bit with you. Why not give them that catalogue once more before the end of the period? Because I guarantee you'll get some extra orders. So hit them all now and have that last week to, you know, to get your books out again to your best customers. It really, really will make a difference if you do that. Has anyone done that before? It will really make a difference. And remember your thank you packs, so make sure you've got your thank you packs. Jay, yes, you're absolutely right. That's not on the list. And Jay is one of our doorstep queens. So make sure you're doorstep demoing. So Harvey's done a couple of trainings on here, hasn't he? And at the recruitment nights and at the workshops on doorstep demos. So when you're taking your products for your deliveries to your customers, we've been doorstep demoing, I've not got one here, we've been doorstep demoing the front cover product on the Christmas book, this one, yeah, the baubles. So we've been doorstep demoing those, and Harvey's been doing absolutely fantastic selling those. Jay, you and Helen have done really well doorstep demoing them as well, haven't you? Is anyone else done any doorstep demos? What are you doorstep demoing, guys? I mean, there's loads of products you can choose from. Harvey does those. We normally have a stock of them in the car as well, so customers can either have them right away, or he organises to deliver them when he takes his next catalogue. But they're £12 each. So, you know, they're well worth doing. Do make sure you get those Christmas messages out to all of your online customers as well. So send out, put a little Christmas message together with the catalogue links on the new name book and the Christmas book, and send that out to everybody on Messenger, okay, or email, or your email list. What about getting your, I haven't put this on here either, but how about putting your shop links out? Ah, thank you. Harvey's just, that's really cold. Harvey's just bought me a very, very cold bauble. Can you see this? They're so lovely. Aren't they so pretty? They are so popular. So yes, make sure you doorstep demo those. They're lovely. But if that, you know, get your catalogue links and everything out on Messenger. And those of you that have got contact managers, you know, send an email broadcast out with links onto your online shops. You can either send your catalogues, or you can just send a link out to your cleaneasy.com or your klife.co.uk shops. and let people have a browse. So, you know, you could, I would definitely get those out. If you haven't got a contact manager, then you can do it just on your normal email. Janice, where do you get the links from? Well, all your catalogue links are on CleanEasy. If you go to cleaneasy.co.uk, and before you log in, at the top it says browse catalogues, and that opens up all the individual catalogues there. I then just copy and paste the link into Bitly to shorten the link, so you can send that, or you've got your own personalised shop. So you've got www.cleaneasy.com/ and then it's your distributor number, and you've also got that with klife.co.uk as well. Thank you. It's now bringing me a cup of tea. My personal assistant's working very hard tonight. He's back from picking up his catalogues now. So yeah, you know, live demos, Monica, definitely, you know, anything that when you're unpacking your deliveries, why not unpack them on a live and share some of those products with people on Facebook? Do it through your group or do it through your own personal profile. All of those things will get you extra orders. How about doing a Christmas special offer? You know, you could say spend £25 and get some free wrapping paper. So you don't have to buy the CleanEasy wrapping paper, although of course that goes towards your bonus as well. You can get 2 rolls for £1 at the pound shop. You don't have to invest a lot of money if you're really new. Or some Christmas cards, anything like that to attract some extra sales in. This is the last 2.5 weeks of the period. This is where you're going to maximize on those final Christmas sales. So it's why we've got that incentive on for you as well. So really, really go for it as much as you can. If anyone else has got any extra suggestions, Angie's just saying that, yeah, Christmas stall. You'll be doing yours sat down then, Angie. Now you've broken your foot. So yeah, extra cards, anything like that that you can get around and do, absolutely brilliant. So fantastic. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share a fantastic video with you. It's only 11 minutes long, okay, but it is a fantastic training. So if any of you, and I'm not going to ask you to disclose it on chat unless you want to, but if any of you do have anything that you need to pay off on your credit cards, if any of you have got store cards, what about a mortgage? Maybe some of you have got personal loans. There's lots of ways where people can end up getting into debt, even just as basic as having a mortgage. What Helen's going to show you after she shared her story is a fantastic training on a snowball plan, and how with just a few extra pounds a month you can get yourself completely debt free in a far, far, far shorter time than you could possibly ever have imagined. So just give me a moment and I will share that screen with you.
I've got a real whistle-stop testimonial for you today because I really want to share something that's helped me get my head around recruiting and why everybody needs our business. So what's my story? Well, in pursuit of a place at agricultural college at aged 18, I walked into a milking parlour on a dairy farm about 5:30 one morning, and I met this person. It was love at first sight for me. It took Paul slightly longer to realise that he'd been snared. Of course, we had to scrub him up a bit and we cut his hair, and that's what I married. You don't have to be clever to join CleanEasy. We were married 6 years before we worked out how to make these two little bundles of joy. So what were we up to all this time? You name it, we did it. We just wanted to work hard and make ours and their lives better. We did all sorts of jobs, but the lowest point really had to be gravedigger, and I'm not joking. We even joined a famous American network marketing business, and we made the grand total of £6.56 after 18 months. And we found ourselves living on a dairy farm with half a dozen milk rounds, 2 part-time jobs and subcontracting haulage. From the outside, everything looked great. Big house, big car, big business. But we were hemorrhaging money. We felt trapped, we were exhausted, and we were worried. You see, the farm was rented and we were politely asked to vacate. And that really started the ball rolling on massive changes for us. Bless Paul's auntie who came along and introduced us to Clean Easy, a way to work hard and smart. And that's what we did. The first 12 months were a bit hectic, to say the least, and with everything that we had going on, my activity was basically reduced just to going to meetings and listening to CDs. But because of the small team that we'd started by recruiting Warm Market, we've had a volume bonus paid into our bank every month since the month we joined the business. That's powerful stuff. Now, believe it or not, we did actually have a strategy. We ticked along at 10% until we sorted ourselves out so that we could concentrate just on Clean Easy. And sure enough, as soon as Paul joined the business full-time, we were gold in 2 weeks. He put 300 books out a day, 5 days a week, and mopped up on a Saturday. We had a family day on a Sunday, unless it was a meeting, and then we worked a 7-day week. You know, there's got to be some hard work at some point in time, and catalogues were just the fastest way to replace our income. In Paul's first 12 months, he personally retailed over £65,000. Now, that is enough to kill a horse. And such high personal retail, it did take its toll on him physically, and he ended up with very tight little buttocks and legs of steel. Sorry, Paul, I couldn't resist that. We were recruiting too, and as the team started to grow, the necessity for us to do such high personal retail became less and less. And we started giving bits of our customer base away to team members. So that last year, our team turnover was over £1 million, but we only did 17,000 of that. Just keep on keeping on and believe, because you could make that happen too. As always in Clean Easy, the hard work resulted in fantastic rewards. 6 conferences, cash bonuses. We won the Executive Challenge Trophy because of that fantastic team of people. And we're currently about 35 in the top 100 businesses in the company. For the past year, we've had, on average, 100 people a month joining the fantastic Star Group. Well done, guys. We joined the business for money, though, and I'm very pleased to say that it's now about £4,000 a month. So, thanks to Clean Easy, we were able to fund all Abby's music lessons. She's a really gifted musician, so when she came home from her £50 a week lesson and said, "I'll never pass grade 8 with a plastic clarinet, I'm going to need a wooden one," well, we didn't have the £2,000, but we knew where to get it. Sean started flying gliders aged 14, and he went solo aged 16. I'm telling you, that's not cheap. That must be why I don't know any other teenager with a pilot's licence. If your kids show an interest in something, surely you want to be the kind of parent who can invest both time and money, not the parent who's always having to say no. Sean's been flying practically every weekend for 6 years, and we got to spend all that valuable time with him because we could. Do you know, Clean Easy is so much more than the money. Paul and I keep ourselves busy, but if it's a nice day and we've got nothing set in stone, he legs it up a hill somewhere with his wing and he plays out for a bit. We're just free. Thank you, Clean Easy. Thank you to our sponsors who quit. Thank you to our upline, all of whom have played a part in our Clean Easy journey. And thank you to our team, that motley crew of personalities and temperaments, without whom our life would not be the same. Thank you. I can't even begin to explain how it feels. Just we're free and it's brilliant. So, I promised I'd share something with you that's worked well for us. Do you really want to be 100% bulletproof, rock solid, no suckers penetrating my eggshell? What's an eggshell, some of you are asking? Well, it's something much harder than an eggshell that you're going to have to grow to protect yourself from all the negativity that's out there in the real world. You know, we may have to change our attitude to our business by really understanding what we've got our hands on. And I think our biggest opportunity lies in finding very normal people. There are, after all, infinitely more normal people out there than extraordinary people. So we're going to go for Mr. Normal. Here he is. Hold on to your hats now. He's a university graduate with an 18 grand debt. He's got himself a job and a mortgage. He needed something to sit on and he needed something to park on his drive. He overspent last Christmas and he put it all on a credit card. And at the same time, he was tempted to sign up for a store card just to get 10% off yet another suit for work. And you know, he always seems to live 1 week every month in his overdraft. You know him, don't you? All the everyday stuff that slowly kills the dream, it's all normal, and before we know it, we wake up and we find we owe everybody money, and then it's a lifetime of hi-ho, it's off to work we go. Sadly, normal these days can also mean credit card. But we know this guy, so we're going to stick with him and his variety of balls and chains, and we're going to transform his very existence. Well, how are we going to do that, you might be asking? First, he needs to get a handle on his budget and put all his debts onto a minimum payment, and he's going to prioritise them in order of shortest to longest time to pay off so that we can get some quick results, really, because it's currently going to take him 26 years to get out of that lot. Now along comes Clean Easy, yay! And we teach him how to retail at the 10% level, which will bring in a retail profit of £124 at the very least, I would say. This is how hitting the very first bonus level on the pay plan can be life-changing, even if it never gets any better. Because we're going to take that £124 and we're going to throw it like a snowball at one debt after another to pay them off quicker. This is how we're going to do it. The £300 store card is paying off at £30 a month. It's going to currently take him 10 months to pay off. How about we add that £124 retail profit to the £30 he's already paying? So now he's paying £154 off it. He's going to be rid of that debt in 2 months. So what should we do with the spare £154 he was paying off the store card? Well, let's redirect it, shall we, to his overdraft, making that repayment now £179, you see? He's going to be out of that one in 2 months as well. So now we've got a spare £179. Where did that come from? £30 came from what he was paying off the store card. £25 came from what he was paying off the overdraft. And £124 from his ongoing 10% Clean Easy business. Let's add it all to the £60 he's currently paying off his credit card, making the repayment on that £239. He'll be out of that one in 6 months now, not 25, and on it goes. Like a snowball, getting bigger and bigger as you roll it down a hill. We started this guy's snowball with a mere £124 retail profit from a tiny Clean Easy business, and now we've got £239 to add to the 20 he was paying off his sofa. He doesn't have to sit on that thing for 34 months now till he owns it. At £259 a month, that's gone in 3. And on it goes. The car, out of that in 13 months now, not 50. Uni fees, out of that in 3 years, not 11. And now this is the biggie, because all the time he's had the biggest ball and chain that most of us face, the mortgage, hanging over his head, and he's signed up to a life sentence to own that pile of bricks. We all do it, because it's normal. Well, what's not normal is all the money he's now got available by paying his other debts off. All £484 is going to be thrown at his mortgage, and he's going to pay £839 a month instead of £355. That money was going out anyway, remember? All we did was give him the gift of a 10% Clean Easy business, and we concentrated his efforts, and we've helped him pay his mortgage and all his debts off in 16 years. Do you think he'd prefer to stick with his original plan of 26 years? In fact, what kind of reaction can you expect from somebody when you explain to them how they can pay off their debts and knock 10 years off their mortgage? Keep excited about your business, folks, and tell everybody about it, because everyone needs Clean Easy. Your doctor, your dentist, your dustman, they all need it. Even £124 can change somebody's life when they know how to use it. And you have now got that knowledge. And you have now got the power to transform anybody's life with an itsy-bitsy, teeny-weeny 10% business. You are now officially bulletproof. I think my work here is done, so I'm off for my dinner. Merry Christmas, reach for the stars.
How powerful was that, guys? Isn't that so incredibly, incredibly simple? How just teaching somebody to retail 10% a period and snowballing that £124, that you could clear your debts 10 years sooner. And if not sooner, because let's face it, the reality is when you start to see that happening, do you think that person's likely to stay at a little itsy bitsy 10% business? Or do you think the reality is that they'll grow their business even bigger and they'll chuck even more money at their snowball? You know, it's absolutely incredible what people can do. And that's really what you need to be getting across to people when they come into the business, that it really is life-changing in so many ways. And if anyone, you know, we've got I've got, I believe, on Excel a template for a snowball plan, where if you want something where you can, you know, record on your debts, and you write down the current money that you owe to each debtor, you write down what your monthly payment is, and then work out how many months it's going to take you to pay it off, and then you put them into order. And if anybody wants a tracker sheet that you can use, then let me know, and I'll upload it in the team group anyway. I do have one. I'll get that uploaded for you. So I hope you really enjoyed that, and we really wanted you to see that now, so that as you get this Christmas retail period rocking and rolling, and then we go into the new year. So it's about having new goals, and your goal might be to clear some of your debts down. It might be to get rid of a credit card, or to pay off a car loan or a student loan, or whatever it is that you want to clear, and maybe just to pay the mortgage down. Use that training that you've had to get those goals rocking and rolling, so you go into the new year with that positive attitude. So who is coming to the rally on next Saturday the 9th? We're not doing our workshop here because we wanted you guys to plug into the rally instead. I know loads of you have got tickets booked. Oh, fantastic. Look at all of you. Jackie's going, Harvey and I are going, Jude, Jay, Kalpana, Jill, Michael, fantastic. I know Monica's going. I'm sure there's loads more of you booking in as well. I think Rosie was booking in £600 mile round trip for Michael. Well worth it, isn't it? Angie, yeah, we can organise a lift for you, Angie, no problem at all. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. We have our very own Rob Foster. We're all part of Rob's team, so we can't wait to meet you, those of you he hasn't yet met. But there's an absolutely fantastic lineup of speakers. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. So we've got the rally next Saturday. That's going to be awesome. Hang around for a drink at the end, and then after Christmas we have the New Year's showcase. Who has got their showcase ticket booked? We have. Excellent, loads of you, fantastic. If you haven't yet been to a company showcase in Birmingham, then you get free tickets. Kalpana, get your ticket booked, young lady. Definitely. You need to get them booked now, so that Clean Easy know how many people are coming. They'll then know how many guest tickets they can have available. Mariella, get yours booked as well. Nearly a gold distributor, young lady. Come on. So we've got the showcase, which is going to be fantastic, and then afterwards we've organised some tables at Coast to Coast for those of you who want to stop and have Christmas dinner with us. So it's £20 a head. That's for 3 courses. There's the menu there. It looks very, very delicious. I'll be popping a post up in the team group in a couple of weeks to get deposits for the Christmas meal. So you're welcome to stay and do the Christmas meal. It's going to be lovely to have loads of us together. And I know quite a few of you have booked hotels. You certainly don't need to stay over. Don't make it an expensive weekend for you if, booking a hotel is at your price range at the minute. You don't need to stay. You can just come for the day. That's fine. For those of you that are staying over, Harvey and I are in Jury's Inn, and a lot of you are in Jury's Inn as well, and we will be hitting the the pubs and clubs after our festive menu. It's Monica's birthday as well, so drinks are on Monica all night apparently, and it looks like it's going to be a fantastic night. So who's got a hotel booked? I know quite a few of you are actually staying. I'm looking down them here. Harvey says Screaming Santa looks good. Oh god, it's going to be a dangerous night. I know Jay's staying over, Jackie's staying, Jude's staying, Angie's staying. Oh Angie, are we going to be carrying you around Birmingham? Michael's staying. Oh, fantastic. Oh, Jill, you're staying as well. Excellent. I know, Vicky, you're looking to book and stay over as well, aren't you? I think there's going to be loads of us. Is Birmingham ready for us? Oh, what a fantastic weekend. But for those of you that are new, that just want to come to the day event, that is absolutely fine. The showcase finishes around 4 o'clock. We then go for a drink just across the road. So, you know, hang around and have a drink with us. And then those of us that are going for the meal, it's just a 2-minute walk up the road. It's really, really local. Yes, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So thank you to everybody who was on tonight. I've got a short video for those of you that like to stay on and grab 10-15 minutes extra personal development. We always like to pull something out that you can have a watch of as well. I've got a fab little TED talk to share with you, which I really enjoyed when I watched it earlier. So stay on for another 10-15 minutes, get that extra little bit of personal development, have a cracking end to week 2 of the period, and get those bingy lines. You want to make sure you've got 4 lines to play the full game of bingo. So really crack on and really do all those little tips that we talked about and make this period count. So bear with me, I'll get the next little video up, and have a fantastic evening, guys. Take care.
So I want to get you all involved in my talk today, and we're going to test out a little experiment. But in order for me to do that, I need somebody to come up here and join me on this stage. So please, can I have a volunteer? Don't all run at once. So you can come and join me up here with Ted. We can have a little cup of tea together. Anyone? Come on, you just come up straight up to the front. Whoever wants, I'm not going to pick anyone. Someone has to come up. And then there's volunteers down here to bring you up onto the stage. Oh, here's somebody. It's a bit of an obstacle course, I think. But I promise it's worth it. Poor person. Woo, thank you. What's your name?
Ian.
Ian?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ian. I have something for you. You just won £20. There you go, there you go. Thank you so much. You can go and sit back down now. Big round of applause. So, my question to you is this. Why didn't you volunteer? What stopped you from coming up here? My guess is it was probably for one of these reasons. Fear. Fear of coming up here in front of nearly 1,000 people. It's pretty damn scary. Or maybe it was fear of the unknown, because you had no idea what I was going to get you to do. And maybe you thought, oh God, she's going to ask me to do something, I'm not going to be able to do it, and I'm going to look like a complete prat. Or maybe it was because of obstacles. There are quite a lot of obstacles in this room. Maybe you're so far at the back and you just thought, oh my goodness, I am so far away, it's dark, there's lots of tables in my way, I'll probably fall over someone like a fool, and I just can't do it, it's too difficult, someone else will have to volunteer for me. Or maybe it was just that it was lack of motivation. Maybe you just couldn't be bothered to move and come up here. But no matter what your reason was, your decision started up here in your mind. Because the moment I said, please can I have a volunteer, thoughts will have started flooding into your mind. That little voice inside your head would have started talking to you. And maybe for some of you it was saying, oh God, what is this girl going to get us to do? I don't want to go up there. Please don't make us do anything really stupid. And then maybe for some other people, And then maybe for some other people, you were thinking, maybe down at the front, you were like, oh gosh, I don't want to do this, look away, avoid eye contact, then she won't pick me. And then maybe for some of you, the moment I said, please can I have a volunteer, maybe fear and doubt and worries just flooded through you at the prospect of actually coming up here, in front of so many people. And then, for those of you that did volunteer, you were thinking something entirely different. You were thinking things maybe like, ooh, she wants to volunteer. I wonder what she's going to get us to do. How exciting, I'm going to do it. Or maybe some of you thought, oh my gosh, this is really awkward. No one is volunteering, so I'm going to have to step up and do it. But for those of you that didn't volunteer, you missed out on the chance to win £20. But this experiment isn't about the money. This experiment demonstrates the power of your mind. The fact that what is going on up in your head has such a huge impact on the actions that you take, on the decisions you make, and the things that you experience. And it's not just in silly situations like this where people miss out on amazing opportunities. People are missing out on incredible opportunities all of the time because of what's going on in their head, because they are making bad decisions based off a really bad frame of mind. You know, those kind of self-limiting thoughts like, I can't do that, or I'm not good enough, or I don't have the time or the money. Or maybe it's that you think, I can't be bothered, I'll just do it tomorrow. But then you never do it. And so these wonderful ideas and these incredible potentials stay locked up inside, and you never do anything with them. And that is exactly what was happening to me a few years ago. It was the summer of 2005, and I'd just finished studying my first year of law at the University of Birmingham, and I had completely run out of money. And I was like, what am I going to do? And so I started to look around for jobs, and was looking around and found absolutely nothing appealing. So I was looking around for more opportunities, and eventually found this opportunity. It was to start my very own mobile phone unlocking business, which basically meant that if you had a mobile phone and it was locked to a certain network, and say you wanted to go travelling to Australia and use an Australian SIM card, you could come to the website and unlock your phone. There was just a few massive problems with this. First off, I didn't really know much about mobile phones beyond the fact that they made calls and sent texts, let alone mobile phone unlocking. And I had no idea how to build an online business. But the only other opportunity was to sell sweets at Cirque du Soleil. So I was like, sell sweets at Cirque du Soleil, start my own business. So I obviously went with the idea of starting my own business. It sounded way more adventurous. So I got started, and I realised really quickly that when you don't have a clue what to do, the only thing you can do is ask for help, and that is what I did. So I asked for help, and within a few short weeks, I'd put together probably the world's worst website, and I discovered Google AdWords as a way to drive traffic to the website. And with a credit card and a spending limit of £30 a day, my business was officially up and running. Then over the next couple of years, when I wasn't studying for my law degree, I was learning how to build this business. I was reading books, I was listening to audio programs, and in my final year, I went to night school to learn more about web development. I graduated in 2007 with an amazing degree and a business that was flying. And I decided that being an entrepreneur was going to be way more fun than being a lawyer. So I set my sights high, and I decided to take the business global, to build a successful global business. So we got a new supplier based in America who could unlock practically every phone under the sun. We redid the website, we expanded the team, we got really good at online marketing. And then within a few years, we were receiving over 100,000 hits to the website every month. And we were selling thousands and thousands of codes every single month. And I had reached my goal to build a successful global business. But there was one massive problem. I was miserable. I was running this business predominantly from my home office, where I lived in an apartment. My second bedroom was turned into an office. And I felt completely lonely, totally isolated and lost. Something that I think so many people experience, but not very many of us talk about. And I crumbled. I started to question everything, and I started to think questions like, what am I doing? What is the point of all of this? And the more I thought about those questions, the more confused I felt. And then the more confused I felt, the more these negative thoughts would cloud my mind, the more I began to doubt everything and worry about everything and just question everything. And as the months rolled by, I became more and more negative, more and more self-defeatist. And literally, this positive, optimistic and go-get-it person that I once was had just disappeared. I'd become totally negative and self-sabotaging. I'd come up with ideas, I'd shoot them down, I'd talk myself out of it. Then it got to 2010, and I felt like I was in complete despair. And so I packed my bags, and I went travelling to Australia in the hope of having an epiphany. Spent 3 months travelling around Australia, no epiphany. And I was just like, what am I supposed to do? So then I came back to the UK and felt even more miserable than before because all of my problems were still waiting for me and the weather was rubbish. So then I was just like, what am I going to do? So for the next few months, I found myself being suffocated by my problems, you know, where you feel like you just can't get rid of these doubts and these worries, and it was all I used to focus on. I would come up with ideas, I would find opportunities, and I just talked myself out of it, thinking that I couldn't do it. And then finally, in 2011, I figured out where I was going wrong. And I believe I was going wrong for two massive reasons. The first reason was that, yes, I wanted to be successful, and quite frankly, doesn't every single person in this room want to be successful? But mobile phone unlocking was not my dream. And at the time, I was reading this book by Michael Gerber called The E-Myth. And in The E-Myth, there's this chapter on primary aims. And Michael Gerber says, imagine walking into a room, and sat in the room are your friends and family. And as you walk down the centre of the room, you see a box. And as you get to the front of the room, you realise that you're in the box, and it's your funeral. And he says, what kind of things do you want people to be saying about the kind of life that you lived, about the kind of person that you were, and the kind of things that you achieved? And I realised I had no idea. So there was no wonder that I felt so off track. I had never, ever been on track. And the second reason why I think I went wrong is because of what was going on up here. What was going on in my head, all these doubts, all these worries, all this self-limiting belief. And I came across a quote by Anthony Robbins that said, your destiny is determined by the choices you make. Choose now, choose well. And I realised that I was responsible for this misery. I was responsible for the fact that I was stuck in a rut. I remember looking at my life thinking, I am waking up every single day and focusing on my problems. I am waking up every day and giving so much focus and attention to all of these awful thoughts, these doubts and these worries. I'm coming up with ideas and I'm shooting them down. I'm talking myself out of doing anything whatsoever. And I realised that if I wanted to live an incredible life and achieve amazing things, and I really did, that I had to get my mind to be on the same wavelength as me. I realised that I had to figure out what it was that I wanted to achieve, why I wanted to achieve it, why it actually meant something to me. I had to figure out the kind of person that I needed to become in order to make it happen. And then I had to program my mind to make it happen. I had to program my mind for success. And that is exactly what I ended up doing. Mission success began. And so I started this off by thinking about, what do I actually want? And so I looked at my life and I thought, I love being an entrepreneur. I love coming up with ideas and turning them into a reality. It's so much fun. And then I looked at my problems and thought, I feel really lonely and lost as an entrepreneur. And I looked at them with a different perspective. Rather than feeling really bad about it, I thought, what can I do about it? There must be other people out there that are in exactly the same position as me. So I came up with this idea to create the Female Entrepreneur Association, and it sounded so official. And I was doing it, and I had this massive idea. I would create this global network of thousands of women from all over the world and help to inspire them and connect them and just help to empower them to build successful businesses. But I had no idea how I was going to do this. So then I was like, right, I need to program my mind to make this happen. So I started by becoming consciously aware of all the things I was thinking of every day. And whenever I'd catch myself thinking something like, Carrie, who is going to come to this website? who are you to give advice to anyone? This is rubbish. This is a ridiculous idea. You're never going to be able to do it. Every time I caught myself saying something like that, I would stop myself. And I realised that I had the power to take control over my thoughts rather than letting them control me. I knew that I could stop myself from thinking these things, and I did. I replaced the negative, rubbish, annoying thoughts and told them to shut up, and I replaced them with positive thoughts that were empowering me, thoughts that were actually helping me to move towards my goal. I also started to listen to guided visualizations to program my subconscious mind for success. And I got really into doing visualizations, vividly picturing what I wanted to achieve, seeing it happen, and then feeling it happen like it was happening right then and there. Just like all the top athletes do. I got so clear on what I wanted to make happen. And since then, my life has totally changed. I've built one of the largest online networking groups for female entrepreneurs with over 100,000 women involved. And then I came up with this crazy idea to launch a digital magazine, which then became the fastest growing digital magazine for female entrepreneurs. And when I created it, I made this wish list in my mind of all the people I wanted on the front cover, these best-selling authors, these incredibly successful entrepreneurs. I had no idea how I would make it happen, but I was so convinced it would. I then put their faces on mock-ups of the front cover, printed them off, and stuck them on my goal board and just visualized them being on the front cover, visualized what it would feel like the moment I would send out an email to my network and I could say to them, hey everyone, this person's on the front cover this month, how exciting. I got so unbelievably clear about what I wanted to do, and when people would come up to me and say, Carrie, how are you going to make this happen? I was like, I don't know, but I'm going to make it happen. And it did happen. So then I thought to myself, well, what other crazy goals could I make happen? What else is possible? So I set more crazy goals for myself. I was like, hell, I want to go to Buckingham Palace. I want to go to the House of Lords. I want to speak at the House of Commons. And I set more crazy goals for myself. And last year, every single one of them happened. And I realised that if I could get my mind to be certain that I could make something happen, that somehow I would figure out a way. And I always have. Because success is no accident. Living an incredible life is no accident. You have to do it on purpose. And it starts by knowing exactly what it is that you want to achieve. Knowing why you want to achieve it, knowing the kind of person that you need to become in order to make it happen, and then programming your mind to make it happen. Because you just have one life in which to achieve everything you are going to achieve, so you have to act accordingly. Thank you so much.